What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of PTSD Podcast. I'm selfcaredaddy, and today I have with me my girl, Aurora. How's it going, boo?
Everything's going great. Hey everyone, I'm Aurora, the self-care daddy. How you doing, daddy? How was your weekend?
Hey! Yo, my weekend was so great. So before I get into it, today we're going to be talking a lot about fitness and all things wellness. So the good, the bad, and the ugly side of fitness. And so speaking of that, this weekend was actually so insane. So I work out on the weekends, whatever, and I went to my gym, Zoo Culture, and I was full on expecting to work out. Tell me why I rolled up onto Zoo Culture's like 1 year anniversary. It was this huge ass event, and there were so many people. There was a line out the door, and I was like, hold on. I was like, what's happening right now? I lapped around the parking lot twice. I could not find parking, but I ended up going inside. It was insane. I'm talking like hundreds of people. And they were like boxing each other, and like there are so many people, like just like fans of like zoo culture, and then also like fitness influencers that haven't worked out there. And it was insane. It was so fun. My anxiety was through the roof, but I decided gotta get out of my comfort zone and stay, which I'm glad I did because I was able to just connect with more people in the fitness industry and like make friends. So it's really, really
That
cool.
sounds so fun.
Yeah,
I
and then
saw a video of a guy getting knocked out.
what?
Crazy.
Where did you see
Yeah,
that?
during the boxing thing on a story. I don't think it was on your story. It was on someone else's story. I saw that.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was crazy. There were actually people like, I don't know if they were like professional boxers or like amateur boxers or just randos, but there were people like gloved up, boxing each other. Like there was a point where like two guys were fighting and the fight came towards me. I was like, ah! I was like, bro, we good.
I
I'm
saw that on
little.
your
I'm
story.
4'11 3/4. We good, fam. Like whatever it is, like have it. You can keep it, bro. It was so funny.
So funny.
But yeah, it was
That sounds
just
like a good
crazy.
haul.
Have you ever been to zoo culture?
No, I've never been, but I've heard nothing but great things from you. And I saw that you met up with someone there. Is that someone that you've like known from fitness or like what was the story there?
Yeah, so fortunately I bumped into like several familiar faces, which really reduced my anxiety because like I hashtag social anxiety, and like I swear I have like
Real.
RBF at the gym, but I'm like, no guys, it's not RBF, it's like resting anxiety face, it's RAF actually. So I'm like, like, but I'm like definitely getting over it and like trying to make friends. But when I was there, I saw a few people, so I went up to them and said, "Hey, like, there are people that I just like met at the gym and like I've seen a few times." But then there's this one girl, Katie, who I like actually like bumped into and was like, "Okay, I'm staying with you." Like, maybe she didn't want me there, but I was like, "I'm sticking around," and it ended up
I
being
feel
really
that.
cool because it felt like we like I don't know, we just connected in vibes, and I saw her at the gym today actually, and it just felt more like a friend than like a rando at the gym.
Yeah.
So it was like pretty cool.
Shout out Katie.
Yeah, shout out Katie if you're watching. What's up, girl? She a baddie. But yeah, it was really cool. It was just a really unexpected. It was really unexpected because it was just like it was just unexpected, but it was just overall really really fun. What about you? How was your weekend? What did you get into?
My weekend was fun. I nothing as eventful as yours. It was actually very chill. I went to see The Book of Clarence, which was really, really good. Highly recommend that movie. It was
What is
very,
that?
very good. It's like a satirical take on a biblical story.
Okay.
So it like goes back to Jerusalem and it like follows the story of like Jesus's disciples. And it's very funny. But it's also like it's just like it's a fun take. The music's really good. One of my coworkers actually worked on it, so it was really cool, like seeing his name in the credits. And then, very coincidentally, one of the actors that's in the movie was at the theater, and he did like a little meet and greet after.
What?
He
That is
like was in the showing with
insane.
us.
Did
It
you get
was
to meet him?
no, well, no. We've like watched him talk and everything, but then my my partner needed to use the bathroom, so he was like, "Can we just get out of here?" And I was like, "Yeah." But he's English. He told us that they filmed the movie in Italy, which is
Wow.
very different than what we were expecting. It literally, I thought it was really Jerusalem, but it
Oh,
was really,
really?
really good.
Do you
Yeah,
know where in Italy it
seriously.
was shot? That's so cool.
He
Italy
said in one
vibes,
of like,
Italiano, Parmigiano, lasagna.
I don't remember
Is that it?
the name. I don't
uh,
think so.
mm.
You're paying homage. Uh, I don't remember the exact name of the city, but he said it's like one of the third oldest cities that exists. So that's
Oh,
all that I
cool.
remember from that. But yeah, I did that and then just chilled days the rest of the weekend. My partner has a fight on Friday, so
What kind of
we
fight?
were just he boxes. So he has a boxing
Oh,
fight on Friday.
damn. Fly like a butterfly, sting like a
And
bee. Ba, 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 ba. That's what I know.
yeah, so he has to cut his weight, so we were like at the
Oof.
track and he was running sprints and stuff and that was fun.
Ooh,
But that
I
was our
need to try
weekend.
that. I've been actually wanting to go to a track. Do you just go anywhere?
Well, we went to a high school that had like an open track, but I'm sure like if you can find like a high school that has an open track or like any university, if
Okay.
they're open on if they have like an open track, you could just go there.
Oh, I need to
Yeah.
do that. That's so crazy. I was literally just thinking about that over like the week, like last week. I was like, man, I really want to go to a track to see like what is my mile? Like how fast can I actually run a mile? How fast can I actually sprint? Because like I do everything on a treadmill, so I want to like actually
Mhm.
test like where my fitness is at now. So that's a really like that's a sign. It's a sign that I need to go to the
You
track
should do
right
it.
now.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Well, it
absolutely
sounds like
should.
you and
That'd
I
be so
had
fun.
very different but similar weekends. Different and like I
Mhm.
was like doing so crazy event and you were like at the movies with Bay on a date night. Yes, queen. That's so
Yeah.
funny. But I think we should get into things. So we're talking all things
Oh my
fitness right now and
yes.
wellness, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think it just seems really natural to just give everybody maybe like a little bit background about our fitness journeys. Um,
Yeah.
I guess you could kick it off. Do you want to, are you into fitness? Are you a fitness lover, fitness hater? What's the vibe over there?
Yeah, so I'm totally into fitness. I've been an athlete my entire life. I grew up in a very athletic family. Um, I think it's also a part of the culture. Like you can look at me and tell I am African American, and athletics is like a huge part of our culture, or just like being active. So I did run track for 6 years. And then transitioned into like weightlifting, and I've been a yogi for a long time, for as long as I can not as long as I can remember. Before I did gymnastics, then I went into track, and then I like found my way into weightlifting and then yoga in between there. And I
Wow.
actually met Elsie at the gym.
Yeah,
Oh
that's true.
shoot, sorry.
No
I
government
self-care
names
daddy.
here. No
Yes.
government name. Don't be dropping that. Don't Google me. I'm just
I
messy.
need to
That's so
get better
funny.
at that,
You
sorry.
mean Zaddy?
But yeah, I met Daddy at the gym, very
You mean
coincidentally, and then
Zaddy?
brought us here. And our first date, our first girl date, we went to the park and did yoga together.
That's true. That was our first girl date together. Park yoga. We were yogis at the park. This was before I was actually a yogi,
Mhm.
but Aurora, that's super cool. It sounds like you've really just been in like an active person majority of like all of your life, really. So it's really cool that like
Yeah,
it seems like now that you do more of like functional training. Like you move to be a healthy body, not so much really because like you're trying to get like super jacked or like lift 1,000 pounds or something, right?
absolutely. Yeah, functional fitness is like my go-to. How about you?
That's
You have like,
awesome.
well, you told us a little bit about your fitness journey last week. Just a little bit, gave us a tidbit
Yeah, I
into
gave
it.
you
But
guys
how
a
about
little, I
you?
gave you just the tip. You know what I'm saying? But now let's
I
put the
set
whole
myself
thing
up
in.
for that one.
But,
Oh my God.
but yeah, so Aurora and I totally met at the gym, which is very, like, it's just very on brand for our friendship. We just, I don't know, we just like vibed over that. And it's just been cool. My fitness journey started about 2.5 years ago. So, what that looked like for me was basically okay. So we all remember COVID, right? It was hashtag
Yes.
PTSD,
Dun, dun,
PTSD
dun.
because of that. But so during COVID, you know, I did a like 100-day quarantine. Like I was actually like at home, just there, and it was like a really traumatic time. You know, it was really difficult, and people had to cope in their own ways. And the way that I coped with COVID during that time was to drink every freaking day. I drank boxed wine every day. I ate like shit every day. No fast food. We just cooked bad food. So I ate bad every day. I smoked weed every day. I was just, honestly, looking back, I was just like numbing the
Vibing.
anxiety. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
numbing the
I
worry of
said
like,
vibing.
yeah, actually, I was vibing. I was vibing is what I was doing. But then one day, so I was just doing that all of COVID. I was depressed. I was anxious. I was every like negative emotion you can think of that I was feeling that. And that's definitely why I turned to substances and like eating unhealthy. And because of that, like I really started to feel terrible. You know, you are what you eat. And I just started to feel
Yeah.
really, really disgusting. And then one day I looked in the mirror and all of a sudden, you know, I was just big and bigger. And I was just like, oh, like this, who is that? I didn't even recognize myself. And all I know is like I was just so freaking tired of being depressed. I was so tired of feeling disgusting. I was so tired of looking at myself in the mirror and hating what I saw. And just like a switch, like a light switch. It was just like one day I just woke up and was just like, I'm so fucking tired of feeling this way. Like, what am I gonna do about it? So then I started, still during quarantine, I started doing hashtag I started doing a Lululemon yoga with Ali Maz. So shout out Ali Maz. It's
Ooh.
Ali Maz here. Have you ever tried that?
Oh my God. No, I haven't, but I
So
didn't
good.
know that your introduction back like back into movement was with yoga.
Yeah, it was like with the like YouTube yoga, and then I was like I want to like run and get outside and get some sun. So I would run like about a mile, and it was so exhausting, but I would do it and it was super hot. And then I remember that's how it started, and then that kind of just snowballed into what I do today. But I remember when the gyms finally reopened back like in April 2.5 years ago, when the gyms finally reopened, I promised myself that I would go to the gym and that I was in it for like the long run. And so I remember like starting at the gym, super anxious, felt like I didn't deserve to be there. I was like, who am I kidding doing this? Like, there's no way. But
Imposter syndrome.
totally, that's definitely what it was. And like, I just forced myself to be there. And I was like, girl, we're in it for real. 2.5 years later, we're still in it, still don't have abs, but we working on it. I'm doing that 30-day
You're
ab challenge.
so close. You're
Oh,
literally so close.
it doesn't feel like it. I have like a lot of lonjitas on like my upper
Who?
stomach. Well,
Who?
not a lot of lonjitas, but some, you know, like
What is that?
oh, lonjitas is Spanish for like lonja, like fat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So oh, sorry. Sometimes I be dropping some Spanish words and I just think everybody knows what I'm saying. But yeah, sometimes I do have like I just have a little bit of lonjitas on the upper stomach. But I actually had a conversation with someone at the gym today, and I was just like, we were talking about literally the abs, and she just said like just keep doing what I'm doing, and then just gotta give it time. Like I'm only 15 days into my 30-day ab challenge, so I'm
Yeah.
confident by day 30 I should have something. I'll be a lot flatter. No more lonjitas.
I've been following and keeping up with your TikToks every day, and you look very lean. Like,
Thank
I
you.
noticed the difference when you like are getting dressed and like you're bending over and everything. There's a huge difference in your
Thank
physique.
you.
So
Oh,
you may not see it yet, but I definitely see it. I'm
thank you
sure the
so
other
much.
daddies that see it too.
That means so much to me because I feel like I don't see a difference yet. I'm just like, oh, it's still there, you know. But I appreciate
Mhm.
that. But I feel like now, you know, everybody knows we're both into fitness. You know, we've been doing it.
Yes.
We train very differently. Aurora is very like it's like functional training, and for me, it's like physique. Like I want to be a hottie with a body. I want someone to accuse me of having a BBL one day. Like I'm going for those
Period.
type
In
of gains.
space.
Yes, exactly. Space BBL. But yeah, so I definitely like that's my goal is I want to look hot as fook. I want to be accused of having a BBL or accused of like taking steroids, and I just want to look really hot. And I also and that also, I mean, it's not all superficial. Like just working out so much and pushing myself to that limit just like trickles into like my everyday life. So like if I can push myself
Yeah.
hard in the gym and achieve the goal of like the physique that I want, that I know like in my regular life I can push myself to the limits to accomplish the other things in my life, which is the real reason
Absolutely.
that I stick with it, you know?
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. And there's like a journey that comes with it. Like fitness, I don't think, at least in my journey, it's never been one dimensional, you know, like I've gone through all the phases where I was like, oh, I want this type of body type, you know, like, or I'm training for this goal and that goal. And I think that's what comes with the journey. There's not just like one destination, it's constantly evolving as we evolve.
Yeah, totally. And like that's the other thing is like fitness will always look different for everyone. Some
Mhm.
people will want to work out to be able to move their bodies, which I think that everybody should. Even just a walk is important. And some people
Yeah.
want to work out because they're like power lifters and they want to break a
Mhm.
record of lifting 1,000 pound deadlift, you know, which good for them. Like fitness is fitness. It's going to be different for everyone. Find what works for you. It's just so important to move your
Yeah.
body because movement is medicine. And if your body
Really.
aches right now, like you have back pain or you have knee pain or something, once you start moving, you literally start lubricating your joints and your body starts to hurt a lot less. And it's just so
Mhm.
amazing and incredible how that transformation because before I started working out, I was always in pain. My back hurt, everything hurt, this hurt, and then like it just all like kind of just dissolved once I started working out. Like I don't really experience pain anymore. What about you?
Yeah, I think that I also can share the same sentiments. I've experienced a lot less body pains. I definitely experience soreness and like discomfort,
Totally.
but like I just feel a lot stronger in my body and I'm able to connect with my body in a way that I haven't before, especially with like yoga and meditation and breath work. I feel like
Yeah.
I have so much more control over just how I am in multiple moments. Like I there was this one guy I met just randomly and he told me that one of his mentors told him that like life is like a pearl necklace and our breath is the string and the pearls are like our life events.
Oh, wow.
And
So deep.
I just like use yeah, just so randomly deep. But I use that a lot in my life. That translates in my fitness journey as well.
No, I love that. That's actually that's so deep. I'm like, oh wow, life's like a pearl life's like a pearl necklace. If you get it, you get it. And I'm not talking about the metaphor
Literally.
Aurora just said. You don't get it, do you? Oh, you do. It clicked.
No,
No, it didn't. All right. Some
I
little
don't
naughty
think so.
people in the chat will get it when I say pearl necklace.
Pearl
Aurora, I think you
like
might be too innocent for that one. I'll tell you later.
okay.
If you get it, sound off in the chat. Oh my god. Oh, that's so funny.
That's
But
so funny.
yeah, I feel like there
Okay,
are
so
definitely a lot of like positive sides to fitness, like mind body
yeah.
connection, just the self improvement overall. But there are also a lot of really bad sides to fitness. And
Mhm. Yeah.
I feel like with that, it's just such like a, there's so many things to bring up when it comes to like the bad side of fitness. And like for me, I feel like there's quite a few. And one of those things would be
The
like
industry?
the
Oh.
fitness industry, like the BBL
Mm.
side, like okay, if someone has a BBL, do you think that they should be selling programs to help you build a booty?
Absolutely not. I feel like that is so unethical. There's like I just it goes against all ethos, you know, like if they're not being transparent about how they got their body. I think it'd be one thing if they're like I have a BBL and I want to show you how I maintain it in my body. That's one thing. But if they're like I went from this to this and don't share the part of them where they went to surgery and they were recovering for however long, like that's just really like bad morally and ethically and it's just so deceiving. How about you? I know you have like a very
Well,
strong opinion about it as well, right?
well, let me just start with I guess a lot of girls out there with BBLs don't have any morals or like ethics because a lot of them with BBLs be selling fitness programs are like use these booty bands to build your booty and I'm like that
Oh
is
my
such
god.
bullshit, like don't believe it, but it's
Literally.
crazy because you'd think like a lot of people just have or you just think that most people are able to differentiate like a BBL booty from like a natural booty or like a BBL booty and like a
Mhm.
built booty like from built in the gym, not built by Dr. Miami. And just people, not everybody can see that because even looking back to like the days before my prefrontal cortex was developed, aka when I was a teenager, I
Oh
would
my
look at
god.
I would look at pictures of like Kim Kardashian and was like, "Oh my god, like I aspired to have that body one day." And my brother would be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, she's plastic surgery." And I was like, "No, she's not." And I would defend her. We just fight about it. but like people, not everybody can tell, you know? And so
Exactly. That's so true.
yeah. And so with like girls or BBL booties selling fitness programs to get an ass like that, like I totally disagree with it. Like, sure, get your bag and like sell a fitness program, awesome, do you, but like to lie to people and be like, yeah, you do these booty band exercises, you can have this ass. Like, I feel like that's just so like wrong, but there's a lot of people that do it. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just like, it makes me angry.
Yeah, I definitely don't have respect for those types of people in business in general. I just feel like those are the type of people that are willing to do whatever for the bag. You know,
Yeah.
like they're not necessarily like their goal isn't to actually help someone. They're like, how can I make money off of this? Which is, like the name of their game, like get it how you live, but I don't agree with it. I don't respect people that do that type of business. It just doesn't make me inspired. It doesn't make me believe in them. Like I'm not going to invest in anything that's deceptive, and I also think it's really negative to do for young women, like it really fucks with oh shoot, sorry. It
You're
really
good.
fucks with it messes with their brain, and like
It
it
does.
creates self-hatred and negative self-image, and I think it leads to a lot of other mental illnesses that aren't supportive of their growth. It's really disappointing to see.
Totally. I completely agree. Like I said, the prefrontal cortex is not developed and cannot like detect that this is like a surgically enhanced body. And so like I feel for
Mhm.
that because that was definitely me. Um but yeah, like it's just crazy. I feel like when you're actually in the industry, it's easy to spot. It's easy to spot a
Yeah.
BBL. It's easy to spot a body that was built in the gym. And once you're actually in the industry, you're working out a lot, you go to the gym a lot, and like you just kind of just gain a lot of knowledge about physiques. It's also really
Yeah, and
easy to
muscle
detect
groups.
like a steroid body. It's pretty wild.
Mm.
Like I like
That's something
I
I'm still learning.
well, like when I just it's a more recent thing for me that I'm able to like see it, but like definitely like once I started to go to Gold's Gym Venice, then I was like, oh, okay. Like then it was like
Yeah.
immersive learning, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah, I
definitely
totally
like, oh, okay, like I can tell. And it's basically whenever like you can look at like a natural body and like the muscles look natural. Like they look dense, but they don't look like inflated, like a blow up like muscular thingy. And like you can totally tell when there's a little bit of enhancement, and then like some bodies you look at their muscles and they just look like natural, like meaty, I don't know, and you look at their waist
Yeah.
and a lot of things, their voice, there's so many indicators. But like you, at least for me, like I can tell right away, I'm like, oh, like that person's using or that person's using. But like you'd be surprised that there are a lot of people in the fitness industry like on steroids and they don't say it. And like, do you think that they should, or do you think that that's private?
I feel like it just like it depends, right? Like if someone is creating a brand and selling themselves based off these principles, like if they're selling it to people and they're not telling people that it's a part of the formula, I think that it
It's
it
fucked
there's like
up.
some
It's so poopy.
ethical, yeah,
Yeah.
there's like ethical ambiguity, like it's like it's not genuine, it's not like of value if the form it's like yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
It's
That's why I can't even
wrong.
formulate a sentence about
Yeah.
it. It just doesn't make
It's just
sense.
not
It's
it. It's
so
not the
weird.
vibe. Leave it in 2023. We're not bringing that energy into 2024. No, I totally
Seriously.
agree. I think that like if you want to use steroids, use the steroids. I don't care. Do you? But if you're like
Mhm.
selling a program and not telling people about it, like that's pretty shitty. Or if you're like a
Yeah.
fitness influencer and you're making content about like, yeah, I work hard in the gym every day and I'm getting my swole on, bro. But then like you never like and you imply that like you're natural. I think that that's pretty
Mhm.
poopy. I think that there are
Yeah.
ways like I don't know. I just think that like I think it like you to your point, if you're trying to like advertise this like follow, like, do my journey and you can have these results, I feel like, yeah, you should be honest that you're freaking gear cycling and you're freaking shooting yourself up. I totally think that you
Yeah.
should be aware of that because, it's just part of your journey. So why are you hiding it, you know? I'm
Mm-hmm.
not on
Yeah,
steroids,
that
if in case
it
you were
begs
wondering.
that question. No, wait, but what you just said is huge. It's like, why are they hiding it? Like, if you're not sharing it, then obviously there must be some sort of shame or something attached to it. Like, maybe don't do it. If you're not willing to share it,
Yeah.
maybe don't do it.
I know, like, on the
Or
flip
share
side,
it.
like, some creators who are, like, big and who are, like, signed with, like, a brand, like, they're, like, a brand ambassador or, like, a brand sponsors them or something, like, some partnerships and all that. Like, I have seen on TikTok that, like, contractually they can't announce that they're on steroids because then it has, like, a negative impact on, like, the brand that they do business with.
Yeah, I've seen
However,
that
I
too.
just feel I just feel so indifferent about it. I just think people should be more honest if they are selling or promoting do do these things and you can look like me, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When I think specifically when it comes to the health industry, it's very destructive to be deceptive,
Yeah.
and to yeah, like
But
it's
that's what it
just
all is.
bad
They just
business.
want to make you feel like shit so that way you can keep buying the products, you can keep trying to, like, do everything that they do. It's just all, like, part of, like, the cycle, not gear cycle,
Yeah.
but part of, like, the cycle of, like, just selling shit, you know? And,
Yeah.
like, it's just so crazy because, like, there's so much crap out there, like detox teas, waist trainers. And if
Oh
you're
my
somebody
God, the
who's
greens powders.
that right there, all of the green powders, it's like, bro, just fucking eat some vegetables. How about that? How about that? You know?
Literally. Oh
Yeah.
my God,
And,
yeah.
like,
I'm sorry, as you're saying.
no, 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 this is a conversation, girl. We go back and forth, baby. But, like, there's so much crap out there that, like, if
Mhm.
you are a beginner or if you're thinking about starting to work out for the first time, you believe it all. You're like, give me the diet pills, give me the detox teas,
Mhm.
give me the saran wrap and the freaking Vaseline so I can wrap my stomach in. Give me this, give me that.
Mhm.
Like, you are open and you want it all, but it's all
Mhm.
bullshit. Like, everything is just so
Yeah,
much bullshit. It's just like,
seriously.
yeah, it's like powder greens.
And
How about you just eat your
it's like
vegetables?
a
You want a small waist?
toxic
How about you just do some
relationship
cardio?
too.
What?
Yeah, yeah, I wish it was like if people advocated that it was so simple. Like I feel like when I got into it, like I fell for a lot of those like stupid schemes, like oh, take these pills or waist trainer. Like all that those things did was create a toxic relationship with my health. They
Yeah.
didn't help me feel better about myself. They didn't help me feel. They didn't make me feel better about what I was doing or my body. They just made me unhappy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is not why did I spend my money on this? Like I literally just got scammed.
Yeah, and you see, they are scamming people out there. They just don't know that they're being scammed. They're just like, oh my God, give it to
Scammed,
me, and then
yeah.
I'm gonna, like, lose all this weight and do XYZ. But, like, there's no secret pill, there's no secret anything. It's literally just get your ass up and move your body.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you do it.
Literally,
And the nutrition side too,
literally.
which I've learned the hard lesson of, like, nutrition is super super important, and, like, I've always known, like, it's an important part of the journey, but I was
Yeah.
doing it Monday through Friday and not the weekend, like Saturday Sunday, and, like, all of that added up. And so, like, that's why 2.5 years into my fitness journey I don't have abs, because I just had to get real with myself and be like, you know what, like, I'm choosing to not have abs by every weekend choosing to eat Chick-fil-A, by every weekend choosing to eat Cane's, by every weekend choosing to do all of these unhealthy things that are, they kind of just, like, stalling and, like, stalling my growth and, like, my gains. And so that's why I put myself on this 30-day ab challenge to, like, cut all of that out and try to get abs, you know? And
Mhm.
people just don't really realize that it's that simple. It's that simple as to, like, work out, eat right, and stay consistent, and in time you will see the results, you know? And, like,
Yeah.
they just always think that there's a secret pill or a secret magic something. I remember even having those
The
thoughts too.
shortcut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the
like there has
shortcut?
to be an easier way, but it's
Yeah.
like there there is an easy way and it's just doing it and like getting started. And it doesn't have to be as hard as having a split, It could be just the first step of getting into the gym or finding a type of activity you're passionate about or that excites
That,
you so
yeah.
you can get your body moving. Like if you just want
Mm-hmm.
to go for nice walks in nature, hiking
That
is
right there.
really, really, really good. Like you can
That
get a
right
lot
there.
done.
Yeah,
Like
like,
there are just so many different ways. There's not one way. You
yeah,
just got to move the body.
exactly. And I feel like I totally agree with that. Like, definitely, people always try to overcomplicate it and like just try,
Mhm.
and that's what like ends up discouraging someone from going to the gym because like I need to have this split, I need to work out this on this day, do cardio before
Yeah.
or after this, or do this and then drink my protein shake. It's so much like
Yeah.
BS, but it's like just start. Just
Yeah.
gradually, just get in the gym and then gradually start building that habit so that way it's long term in a lifestyle, but gradually start
Sustainable.
increasing like the things that you do, keep it simple both on the fitness side and on the nutrition side until
Yeah.
you start doing it for a while, then you start to a habit stack and just start adding like more things to it. And
Mhm.
like it's just a gradual approach. If you're getting into fitness for the first time or you're thinking about it, let this be your sign to just start. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
We've all been there. We've all had anxiety. I had those times many, many times in the beginning and still even now. Like
Same.
sometimes I feel anxious about going to the gym. I don't feel like I deserve to be there. And I felt this way when I first started my fitness journey 2.5 years ago. But more recently, when I switched gyms to zoo culture, I definitely felt those feelings again. And all of a sudden, I was I was 130 pounds at 4'11 and 3/4, and that 130 pounds, let me just start with like that's not bad. Like if you're 130 pounds, don't feel bad, but if you are 4'11 and 3/4, you can tell that you big. Like I was like the Michelin man. I had some freaking rolls on my back and it was not good, it was not cute. And if you have rolls on your back, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about myself. This is the way I talked about myself. But I definitely felt like that version of myself once I switched over to zoo culture and like tried to go to the gym, because like all of a sudden I felt that I wasn't good enough to be there. All of a sudden I felt like scared and all of these things, and that's okay to feel that way, but you can't ever let it stop you from doing something. So like
Yeah.
if you're scared to go to the gym, it's okay to feel scared. Everybody feels scared,
Yeah.
but
Do it
go.
scared. Do it
Do
scared.
exactly, do it
Just do
scared.
it
Just
scared.
get in and do it. And like every
Yeah.
day, if you have to say a mantra to yourself like I deserve to be at the gym, or I there's nothing scary, nobody's gonna scare me here, like say what you need to
Mhm.
say and do it all, but get your ass in the gym and get moving. Like stop wasting
Just
time. Is
yeah.
We're already 16 days into 2024. How many of you have gone to the gym, or how many of y'all has stopped? Be real with yourself. Just stick with it. I know it's easier said than done, but I'm doing it. Aurora does it. Like, come on. There's no difference
You
between
can
us and
do
you.
it.
Like, you're a
You can.
person. Get your ass in the gym.
Mhm.
Real talk.
Absolutely.
Real talk.
Daddy
But
talks. Daddy just dropped the mic.
I just dropped the mic. All right, podcast over. Bye. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out. So yeah, there's like just a lot of like negative stuff about fitness, and I feel like
Yeah.
making the decision to work out is a big one, and it's truly life changing, at
Right.
least in my experience, and I know for a lot of people out there too. And like Buff Bunny is a really big influencer. Do you know who Buff Bunny is?
I have heard of Buff Bunny. I know that she has an athletic apparel line.
Yes.
That's as much
So
as I know.
Buff Bunny is a really popular fitness influencer. She has an apparel line, like a fitness clothing line. She's actually just got married to this,
Oh,
I forgot his name, but I'm gonna call him Mr. Buff Bunny. But she got married to Mr. Buff Bunny, and he's actually the owner of Alpha Elite. So that's cool. They're like two little like
oh,
gym
really?
people dating and that thing, or married. So that's awesome. But
That is really cool.
she came out with a beautiful campaign for her new fitness app called Grounds, and it perfectly encompasses what it feels like to be like just feeling shitty
A
about
consumer
yourself
in
with
this space.
fitness
Yeah.
and then making the
Mm-hmm.
decision to work out. And we have actually the video of her campaign, and I want everybody to see this because it's so beautiful and it just perfectly just describes what it's like. So let's just watch this real quick.
about you a lot lately. I know you're under a lot of pressure, and you've always been so hard on yourself. I hope you're giving yourself the credit that you deserve. Just in case no one's told you lately, I'm proud of you. Always remember that you're enough, just the way you are. But please don't forget to be kind to yourself, because your well-being means more to me than anything. Have a good day. Love, Mom.
I'm not crying, you are. Wow.
Oh,
Wow. Honestly,
Daddy.
like, round of applause.
Seriously.
That campaign gave me chills. I thought that was beautifully shot, well produced, and the
Yeah.
message behind it is just so powerful, because that's
So good.
really what it feels like. You just feel like you're just going insane because you're not doing enough, you're not getting the results, you're shaking the scale. Powerful. I really like that.
Yeah. The way that she invoked all the emotions that go into it was incredible. Award-winning performance. She deserves an Emmy for that.
A fitness Emmy. Let's get it out. Let's get it out. No, but honestly, it was just so good, so impactful. I was like moved by that, because it is just really what it feels like. There's just so much going on in your head. You just feel like you're not enough. And then, like, I love when the mom came in, because I was like, damn, that's me when I called my mom. Like, oh, like it really like tugged the heartstrings right there. But yeah, it's just crazy. And like, I'm just glad that somebody is talking about like that side of like fitness, and just showcasing like, hey, we all go through this, but like, the only way is the easy way, fitness.
Yeah.
Download the app now.
Seriously.
Hashtag not an ad.
No, seriously, the way is literally what we are told to just get in the gym, to get moving. That's like literally the only way. There is no shortcut. And I know that that's like a hard pill to swallow, but like the faster one is to accepting that and just being like, it's all on me. I just gotta get moving, the
Yeah.
easier it is, because like you can save yourself from going down that whole journey, all the frustration, all the sadness, all of the things. Like you could go down that path, or you could listen to us and just go to the gym and just start trying,
Yeah.
like it could
Totally.
be easier.
Yeah, it just save yourself the trouble. Been there, done that,
Seriously.
baby. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
Yeah.
Just get your ass in the gym. Just start going. That's the truth. That's real talk. Don't give yourself PTSD, all right? Just get your ass in the gym. Real talk right there.
Literally.
Yeah,
But
it's
also, I don't think, oh, sorry.
no, go. You're good.
I don't think we talked enough about like diet culture and how that has just like as much of like an effect on people's mental health and just their confidence and going to the gym and everything. Because what we eat is a huge part of how we perform in the gym and the results we
Totally.
and the messaging around dieting and limiting consumption and all those things aren't supportive of what people want for them. Or taking the greens powders, those are processed. Like that's I could argue that that's just as bad as eating McDonald's,
Oh,
like
absolutely.
like
Eating
there's
processed
just so
stuff
much
is
around it.
literally as bad as eating like fast food. It's like just chemical stuff. Let me just push
Mhm.
these energy drinks out of the way real quick. Get those out of frame. I'm over here talking shit about
No,
chemicals, and
I'm
I'm
like,
over here chugging them. It's okay to drink chemicals, people. Just don't eat them in your food. No, but
in moderation. Moderation is
true.
everything.
In moderation, chugs an energy drink every single day. Damn. No, but it's true. That was actually a big realization that I had into my fitness journey, was just that all the food is chemicals. Like everything is chemicals. Like you walk into the grocery store and go down the cereal aisle, it's all colorful to get your attention, but when you start reading the labels, it's all just like shit you can't
High
pronounce, but
fructose
it's
corn
all
syrup.
yeah, it's like red 40, like freaking some weird ass stuff that you can't pronounce. And
Xanthan gum.
yeah.
A bunch of fillers.
Do you know what xanthan gum is?
No, I just know it's like a thickening agent.
It's a thickening agent, and it's also a binder. So like if you use like gluten-free flour, for example, that does not contain xanthan gum, if you use it, it's not able to bind to anything. So then you add xanthan gum in it, so that way the gluten-free flour can bind to whatever it is that you're mixing it to. So it's like it acts as a thickener and a binder. Hashtag gluten-free tips. Because I'm gluten-free and I'm dairy-free sometimes. Not yesterday though, because it was a birthday and I ate pizza. I ate pizza. Yeah, some New
In
York
moderation,
pizza in LA.
it's 80
That's what I'm saying.
80-20.
Well, I totally agree with that. It's just like right now, since I'm doing the challenge, I'm really being strict and I'm not doing moderation. I'm like really like honestly, I'm restricting myself because I have a goal.
You have a goal.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
but it's
always
a
be like that.
short-term restriction
Exactly.
with something in mind. It's not just
Exactly.
like
It's intentional.
aimlessly, oh, because I want to. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. And that's healthy. That's fine. You know, like I have a
Mhm.
goal. But outside of the challenge, like, yeah, in moderation, like, definitely do the 80-20 rule. And eat the freaking pizza, man. Eat the pizza.
Yeah,
There's some New York pizza
seriously.
out here in LA. And if any of LA people are watching, you need to go to Prime Pizza in Burbank. It's so good, so thin, so crispy, and it's actually like New York style pizza. Shout out Prime Pizza. Hashtag not an ad, but nah, it's not an ad. It's just good.
Those garlic knots look bomb.
Girl, it was so good. Everything about it was so freaking delicious. Even like their red sauce. Oh, daddy,
Oh.
delicious. I was like, bro.
Oh,
I'm trying to think. I think right now we should just check in with the chat. We've been chatting for a little while. We touched on a lot of topics. Let's go see what the peeps
Yeah.
are saying, and just kind of like check in. And IT Daddy, are you able to pull up the Instagram stream? Do you see any chatters? Can you read any comments?
No.
Wow, he said no. He said no, I won't read them. No, he said,
There's nothing worth reading.
well, just read them. I can't see it.
Justice said live on Instagram.
Hey,
And Snoodle said I sent the SWAT team.
Snoodle.
And then Shireen said self-care daddy's life is always eventful.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to read the chat on Restream, but I don't see anything. So you might have to just tell me if anything's there. Any questions in the chat? If you have any questions, everybody, now's the time to drop them. We're actively looking at chat. We're reading. We want to talk to y'all, get your feedback. Do you agree or disagree with anything that we have said? It's an open space. We're not going to agree on everything, and that's cool. We just want to hear your side. So feel free to drop any of your opinions in the chat. There's no such thing as a good or bad opinion unless it's a good or bad one. No, I'm just kidding. Can I hear you what?
Janessa on Instagram said hi.
Hi, Janessa.
Hey.
What's good, girl? How did you guys meet? Updated name. Okay, that's a good question. So Aurora and I met at the gym back when I was going to LA Fitness and back when Aurora was living in this side of town. It was so funny. I was at the gym and then I was just like I was working out, but I think I was just like chilling in the area. And I saw someone doing a headstand. And at the time I could not do a headstand. And this person was holding it for a long time. And I was like, yo, that's so crazy. Like that's goals, yo. And then this person like got out of the headstand and then I just started clapping for them. I was like, yay, I was like, great job. And that person was Aurora. And that's when we met and then formed a friendship. What's the story for you?
Instantaneous. Well, okay, that is part 2 of the story.
True.
But
Part
1, self-care daddy and I would see the gym frequently. There was one interaction where she complimented my waist beads, and I thanked her, and that was just us in passing. And then the second time, so I had like just finished my workout and I was doing my cool down, and my headstand is like my favorite way to cut, doing something high intense. And I remember seeing her walk by, but we hadn't like introduced each other. I went to my headstand, I came down as she said, she was like hyping me up as she does. And then after that, we just started talking. She was like asking me questions about yoga. I was asking her yoga journey and fitness. We exchanged Instagrams and then ready to hang out at like right after that. And then yeah, we started hanging out boba and like just going to the park, and the rest is history because like
Truly.
as soon as that happened, we were like we were
We're
solid.
tight.
It's like
Yeah.
easy chemistry, so good, so easy.
We were as strong as that headstand you were doing when we met. It was very upright and erect, like other things. Whoa, 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 whoa! What are we doing? This is a family stream. Who's talking like that? Aurora, chill over there. This is rated
Oh my god,
PG,
no,
ma'am.
and now Elsalie has her tripod headstand on lock.
I
I
do.
saw
I
that
got
video
that
you posted on
tripod one
Instagram.
down. It's so crazy. I wasn't out training for it. I've been going to yoga like basically every day, Monday through Friday, and then just working out in the gym, and the sprinting and running has like really strengthened my core. Yoga really has. And so I was in a yoga class one day, and then they were like, "Oh, this if you want to go toes up, now's the chance." And I was like, "You know what? I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's try it." So I just
Go.
went into it, and then my core just activated and my legs just went phew. I was like, "Oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh shit." And
Your
I was like,
body
"Don't get
showed up.
egotistic." I was like, "Breathe, bitch, breathe." Yeah.
Stay focused, lock
Yeah.
in.
And in the class, I held it for a few seconds. And then the other day at the gym, I was like, I don't want to be a tryhard, but I also really want to try my headstands here. And I was like, you know what? Who cares what people think? If they want to think I'm a tryhard, it's because that's them projecting, you know? And so I was like, whatever, it is what it is. So I did my headstand at the gym, and I legit held it for like probably like almost 30 seconds. Like it was like a while.
Let's go.
Yeah. I was like,
Let's
hell yeah, like
go.
growth, baby.
Oh, that makes me so happy to hear.
She is a gym pickup artist. What does that mean? Any tips to pick up chicks in the gym? No, don't bother a girl when she's working out. She does not want to.
Yeah,
Don't
don't
bother
do
a girl when
that.
she's training. Just don't. Like, if you
Yeah,
want to do something
like maybe
nice.
wait till she's leaving after or something.
What?
I said maybe wait until she's like leaving.
Yeah,
but
catch
not
her when she's like done working out and like just trying to cool down, or maybe when she's like about to like walk out. But like never bother a girl or like a woman when she's training, because like that shit would just piss someone off. Like especially if she's like squatting or like in the middle of an exercise. That is not your signal to go talk to her. If her headphones are on, that is not your signal to go talk to her. Leave her alone and let her lift in peace. Let her lift in peace. That's all I gotta say about that.
Wait, but you were also gonna say if you did want to do something like kind or something,
If you did want to do something nice, I would like what I would like if like I was obviously, unloading a lot of weight. It would be, it'd be kind of like gentleman and like chivalrous or chivalry-esque, whatever the word is. If a guy was like, hey, like, he slid in and was like, hey, like, let me help. Not, can I help you with that? Let me help you unload it.
Yeah,
Like, don't
take
ask her.
initiative.
Just take initiative and just say it like, oh, let me help you with that. Like, yeah, and then be like, yeah, I mean, you look very strong, and I know you could do it, but like, I would like to help you. Like, you don't want to approach her and make her think she looks like a weak ass biatch, but be like, hey, let me help you with that. Or like offer help if she's struggling with her bags. Be like, hey, let me help you with that. Like at least I would like that, because I'm an acts of service kind of girl.
I agree.
Like, yeah,
I
do
agree.
it for me.
Especially after hip thrust, be like, oh, let me help you like clean up. I'd be like, oh, thank God.
Right? If you see a girl doing hip thrusts, help her unload the weights, and the bar ain't the only thing she gonna be thrusting. Let me tell you. You heard it here. Self-care daddy tips. Daddy approved. Daddy approved this message. So definitely, you heard it. You heard right.
Yeah.
Damn, I guess I'll die alone.
Funny.
Do not get a gym girlfriend. Trust me. I'm sorry. You already know. I feel so terrible. I'm gonna just say it. Long story short, he met a girl at the gym. It didn't work out. She lied to him about stuff, and then he found out. And now he's saying, don't date a girl from the gym. We have a question in Instagram. What's up?
Yes,
Mama
PTSD.
said, you gotta have that gym riz eye contact and let her come to you.
Oh, who said that? Alfonso in Instagram said, no, 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 no. You gotta have
I
that
don't know
gym
about
riz.
that.
Gotta give her that eye contact and let her come to you. Oh, damn. I need to see their gym riz in person. That's
I
crazy.
don't know.
That's on confidence, but also that's another way too. Like, actually, I don't know. Maybe eye contact kind of just works anywhere, but I would be
Yeah,
uncomfortable if a guy was just looking at me. I'd be like, "What do you want? Do I have something in my teeth? Like, why do you keep staring at me?"
yeah. It would make me like be like, am I like,
Okay, we have a question in
oh,
Twitch. What's up?
Oh, do you not have it?
Can you just read it?
How do you get started on a fitness journey? The just start advice doesn't work for this person. Anxiety has a lot to do with it. Asking for a friend.
Okay, well, Zombie, did you hear the question, Aurora?
He's asking for a friend.
yeah.
So Zombie's asking for friends, for everybody watching the stream. How do you start your fitness journey? Because saying just start doesn't work for this person. They deal with a lot of anxiety. So how do you get over that? They're asking for a friend. Well, we have some advice for your friend. I'd say off the rip, everybody deals with anxiety, so you're not the only one. And I know it's like just start, but like literally you have to go to the gym. Even if you have anxiety, like let the anxiety and like the thoughts that are coming up kind of guide you to like what your insecurities or what your fears are. So like for me, for example, when I started going to the gym, I felt very insecure about like if I saw a girl with like a snatched core, I felt very insecure and would like look at her and be like, "Oh my god, like she has such a snatched core," and then look at me like I just felt insecure about it. And then once I kind of worked backwards to like understand, well, why do I feel insecure when I see a girl with a snatched core? It was because I had my own insecurities about my core being like lonjitas and like being having rolls and stuff. So it was an insecurity that stemmed from inside. So a lot of like what you're feeling as a person is just a projection of what's going on internally. And so like when you're feeling a type of way, work backwards and really understand, where is it stemming from? Why do you feel that way? Because there's something there. And so once you identify that point and kind of like figure it out and like rewire that thought, then the anxiety disappears. So it's like for you in your case, like why do you feel anxious? You have to ask yourself that, like what's giving you anxiety? What are you anxious about? Are you anxious about people looking at you because you're like a bigger person? Are you anxious about people looking at you because maybe you're I don't know, you fart a lot? Like whatever it is, you don't know. I don't know what the anxiety is for this person, but you have to ask yourself, what is the anxiety, and then kind of just like roadmap it internally to like what is the source, and then like heal and progress forward. And so like that's what a lot of that like my journey was in the beginning, was just like dealing with these insecurities, confronting them, rewiring the thought, and then growing. Like I am so much more confident today than I was 2.5 years ago because I did the internal work. Everybody talks about go to the gym, start working out, but the other side of it is all the internal stuff. And like I keep saying, let all of the insecurities or all the triggers guide you internal, and then work on that. And like a good way is like therapy, but if therapy is not accessible to you, journal about it, meditate about it. Like if you're feeling anxious, like, oh, I'm not good enough to be here, say an affirmation that like counters that thought. So say it out loud too, because when you say things out loud, it rewires the thinking in your brain. So like if you're like, I'm not good enough to be here, then every day you walk in, you're like, I am good enough to be here. Like that's it. I'm good enough to be here. Nobody's better than me. This is cool. Like I deserve to be here. And keep saying that to yourself until you don't have to say it one day. One day you just walk in and you think that. It's a journey. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's not going to happen unless you start. Period.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything that Daddy said, especially the introspective work. I think in addition to information and the getting deep on what the root is for your friend, practicing gratitude. Practicing gratitude is also a really great that I found me. Just statements like I'm grateful that I have both legs and I'm able to and I'm able to walk around and completely autonomous. That one is not hooked up to a ventilation system. Can
Yeah,
I
so
am I
showing
good?
gratitude
Yeah.
towards like towards what? Like just towards things in general or like what specifically would work?
Yeah, so like statements like I'm grateful for having a leg, or I'm grateful for the autonomy of having 2 feet that like allow me to, walk on this earth, or hooked up to a ventilation system, or just express gratitude that like you are healthy and that you have the ability,
That
I
right
think
there.
will empower your friend to move. So asking for help, asking a friend to go to the gym with them, want to be more active, would you like to go hiking with me, making
Mhm.
events with your friends where you're doing active activities, whether it's like walking along the beach or taking a bike ride down the beach, like renting bikes, doing something that's active. So it's kind of like mindless and it doesn't be as hard, but, you know, getting the practice in, getting your body moving,
Yeah.
and just taking the to being able to step into a gym.
Yeah, it's like that gradual process of just getting your body used to moving and being warm and being active and to go or to add to your point of showing gratitude. That was another big thing for me in the gym is like when I felt like I didn't belong in the gym and I felt like I didn't deserve to be there, I would show gratitude like during cardio or really just anytime I was working out. I would say things like I am grateful that I have 2 legs that I can run on. I'm grateful that I have 2 arms that I can lift weights with. I am grateful that I am able bodied and that I can do this. I'm grateful that I even woke up today because some people didn't wake
Yeah.
up today, you know? And
Yeah.
some people that are disabled or is that offensive? I don't know. But some people that aren't able bodied, like they wish they could go and run and use their
Exactly.
legs. They wish they could go for a walk on the beach with their 2 legs, but they can't because they don't have them or because they're paralyzed or whatever the case may be. And when you start to switch the way that you're thinking about yourself and start to be grateful for your body and what it's capable of doing and that you're so blessed to just get up in the morning. You're blessed to make the decision to have a gym membership. That's big. There's a lot of people that
Yeah.
can't even afford that. You have the decision to move your body. That's a luxury. Not everybody can do that.
Yeah.
And when you
Exactly.
switch like the perspective and the narrative, like you just appreciate it more, and then like you enjoy working out. And like the other thing is like a lot of people don't want to work out because it feels like a chore. Ugh, I have to work out. Ugh,
Yeah.
ugh, ugh. Say the affirmations. I love to work out. Say it every
Yeah,
freaking
I get
day.
to work out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love to work out. I get to work out. Just say affirmations that are going to switch that narrative of like, I hate working out. It's a chore to I get to work out and I love working out. And say it every day until the day you don't have to say it anymore. Because it started like that for me
Yeah.
too. I hated it, but I just kept telling myself, I love being here. I love this. I'm grateful for this. And like, it works. Like, it really, really works. Like, now I can't stop going to the gym. I can't stop exercising. I'm there all the time.
Yeah, I completely agree. I hope
Yeah.
that your friend, I'm praying for the friend and hoping that things change soon because, they deserve it. Their health is a priority. We want them to be healthy. So let
Yes.
us know anything else we can do to help.
Yeah, so make sure that you screen recorded that so you can send it to your friends so they get the advice that they need.
Yes.
And before we kind of hop back into things, are there any last second questions in any of the chats? Everything's chilling? Okay,
All
great.
right, so we talked a lot about like what we don't like. What are some brands that you love and you stand by and like you would be willing to like work with in the future, things like that?
Like, what do you mean brands? Like clothing
Like fitness
brands? Like fitness
brands.
brands?
Yeah,
Uh,
everything under the sun.
I mean, I'm pretty open to anything, really. You know, if you want to, if anybody out there is listening and they want to sponsor Self Care Daddy on the fitness journey, slide in my email, elsalie@selfcaredaddy.com. Shameless plug. No, but no, I mean, I'm really open to things that are just like authentic and genuine. So, like for example, like Buff Bunny would be a cool one. There's just a lot. I wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like that's just like a loaded question for me. I'm just open to any brand that kind of just aligns with like with my values and beliefs. So yeah, I'm looking forward and manifesting that more opportunities come my way, and I'll have a concrete answer for you whenever I'm paid to say it. All being
Looking forward to
authentic, but
that.
it depends on the check. Oh my god.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. I would say a really good question on the topic of like brands, because that makes me think of fitness influencers and just like fitness in general. But, and this is a question for everybody and then for both of us, like, are there any fitness influencers or just anybody in fitness that has inspired you in your fitness journey or just like as a person?
Wow, that's a good question.
It's a great one.
There's no one really that comes to mind automatically, like influence.
I mean, it doesn't have to be an influencer, just like anybody that has
I definitely,
had an impact, a positive impact on like you and your fitness and your health.
yeah, yeah, I definitely have met a good, like, several practitioners, like in yoga or meditation, been
Yeah.
um
So
really
you met a
been
lot of
like that have
practitioners
really
in yoga and meditation, just so everybody could hear. And then what else?
yeah, that have been really impactful and influential in my journey. And I think that that's really, I mean, also like my coaches and everything, but I think I really was able to find my center around myself when it came to like health when I started spending more time around like sound healers and breath
Ooh.
practitioners and yogis. Like I know a woman named Naomi that has a healthy and well practice in LA where she does rooftop yoga, and that
Ooh.
being a part of that community was super healing. I mean, even Elsley and I, we went to Flow State, and like their first, we went to a
R.I.P.
couple of
Flow
their
State.
classes.
That
Yeah,
place
but
shut
Dave
down.
from
Oh
Flow
my
State,
gosh. Everybody watching, just a
seriously.
TLDR. So Flow State was this workout, like this workout community based in LA. They're originally from Australia. This guy brought this
Mhm.
type of workout over to the US, and it was just a fusion of like yoga meets hit meets functional
Mhm.
training meets mobility, and it was kind of like all in 1 hour. Super great, incredible. Unfortunately, they shut
Intense.
down. So, RIP. It was so sad, but I'm
Yeah.
over it. I have moved on. I have grieved.
Yeah, just like those types of practices. Like I know a really incredible sound healer based in LA, Shannon, and like her sound healing classes are incredible meditations. Like they've really opened me up. Those have definitely been where like I've gotten the deepest influence. How
Wow.
about you?
I've never tried. I actually haven't tried an actual like sound bath before, at least nothing. Yeah, I
Really?
definitely haven't. If anybody has tried doing a sound bath, sound off in the chat. Let us know, what was that experience like? How
Yeah.
would you do it again? Have you not tried it? Is it something you're interested in? What questions do you have about it? I personally haven't done a sound bath. It looks intriguing and like the most peaceful thing ever. I think I would snooze and drool and probably fart because I would feel
Yeah.
so relaxed. So it's definitely something I'd like to try. We should try like that rooftop place that you're talking about because I love a good rooftop
Yes,
anything. It would be so
totally.
fun.
Yeah. We can go to Naomi's. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And then um I'm trying to think. So you had a
Good.
lot of influence in like yoga and meditative stuff. So like kind of just like this more like softer practice. Like people have impacted
Yeah.
that, and so that's why like that's something that you're so passionate about, and like that's just a very large part of your life. So that's like
Yeah,
that's really
definitely.
cool.
I had to kind of heal my relationship with like fitness, like being an athlete. I think a lot of my coaches or just a lot of what I was in wasn't very healthy, or I just felt like there was a lot of pressure and I didn't feel like I was doing it for me. I think I was like, holding up expectations because like my brother was like a stellar athlete and my parents expected the same from me and my brother's coaches, and like there was this pressure that I feel like I was always trying to reach an expectation. And then once I started doing fitness for myself and for other
Yeah.
people, I had to really change, yeah, my beliefs around it.
Yeah, no, that's such a different like experience with fitness because yeah, you definitely had to change your relationship with it because it sounds like there was a lot of pressure to like do things because being an athlete is different than like there's expectations, you're competing, it's competitive, so like
Yeah.
I'm sure like your mindset is different, and so like I'm glad that you're able to change or reform a relationship with
Yeah.
that and like just make it a more softer practice, which is very in alignment with like how you are as a person. So like it's great. It's like it's just nice to see like you're just a very like soft, intuitive, like zen type of
Thank
vibe.
you.
And then me on the other hand, I would say like fitness inspos off the bat. I have two of them. One of them is very common, I feel like, in the bodybuilding space. Like I definitely train very like I do yoga, but like it's hot yoga, so it's just like for me it's like like it's definitely more like that. Because it's challenging. You're in the heat and it's just kind of like it's a
Mhm.
mental, it's like mentally like hard, you know? Like the way I train in the gym is hard, but like switching to hot yoga is like a mental
Oh
version
yeah,
of
it's
that. So
so
like I
intense.
freaking I love it. It's amazing. I'll never ever
Oh
stop.
my
And
God.
also I'm always gonna go to hot yoga because I'm always the only Latina ever. Like anytime I'm in class,
Like
it's like only
representation,
me.
baby.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay here. Like I have to show that we belong in these spaces too, boo. You know? Period. And
Period.
so I hope that I can inspire more Latinas or like anybody really, but more Latinas and minorities to just like get into those spaces and don't be scared. Um, but yeah, so my fitness inspos, two off the bat. One, my first one being the obvious choice, Arnold. Like that, he's inspired so many people. But like, I literally when I'm training and I want to give up, clips of pumping iron, like Arnold's documentary, like specifically when he's like just pumping like his chest or doing his back, and he's like "Ugh, ugh," pops in my head, and I'm like, come on, keep going, keep going. But like, I would say like Arnold is definitely a huge inspiration to me on like the yes, the fitness side, but more of like the mindset that he had because all his life he had a vision to do all of the things that he accomplished in his life despite being poor and from Austria. Like he still made it happen, moved to the US, did bodybuilding, did acting, did the government stuff, and like now he's like just continuing and continuing to do more, and I find that so motivating, so inspiring, and like I'm a very
Yeah.
ambitious person, and so like I love
Mhm.
hearing stories of the underdog that wins because I see a lot of myself in
Can
that.
relate.
Like, you know, like I grew up poor and like I'm the underdog. Nobody's rooted for me.
Mhm.
Nobody in my family's rooting for me. My immediate family, yes, but like extended family, they never rooted for me. And so like I have a
Yeah.
lot of ambitions that a lot of people don't believe in and would say, "Oh, you're crazy. You're just this girl from the valley, from Harlingen that can't do anything." But I have proven everybody wrong every single time, and it's not about proving them wrong. It's about proving to myself that I am not what people speak
Yeah.
over me. You know, like I am what I speak over
Real.
myself, and I have a vision of
Mhm.
what that looks like for me, and I'm not stopping. It's only the beginning. But
Oh
that's why
goodness.
Arnold like really motivates me because he's just one of those people who like fucking did it. You know what I mean? Like he did it. And
Mhm.
then I feel like a more obvious like inspo to me would be like Fit Girl Mel. Like
Yeah.
my girl, Fit Girl Mel. I don't know if you watch her right now, but
Shout
boo,
out
just know that I
Mel.
love you. So Mel is also like another person who's really inspired me because she had a crazy transformation, lost like 60 pounds in 30
Mhm.
days. So that's how I know I could get these abs. I could get these abs. But she had like
Absolutely.
wow, she had like an insane transformation, and she always keeps it real on social media about that transformation, how you have to train hard, how you have to keep it simple, how you have to eat whole, real food. And she did the damn thing. She's a badass. You see her in the gym working out and training. It's like it's so intense. And being around her pushes me to go harder in every like regard. And so like I feel fortunate that like I have a friend like that that pushes and motivates me, and I hope that I do the same for her in whatever way that I can offer that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would say like definitely Mel. Like she had a crazy transformation, and I hope to have a crazy transformation as well. That's inspiring and moves a lot of people to start getting in the gym. But yeah, like I would say those are definitely two people that have greatly influenced and impacted my fitness journey and like my attitude towards fitness and the vision that I have for my life. And those two people, Arnold and Mel, show me that all of my crazy dreams are possible and
Yeah.
I can do it. And that's it. Hey Zara. Zara hype. Zara hype. Zara's here. Say hi. Oh,
Hi,
hello.
Zara. Hi.
We need a Zara
I
cam.
love her.
She's just
I
roaming
love
around.
her.
But yeah, so oh, careful Zara. Oh,
What the dog doing?
what the dog doing? If you know, you know. But yeah, so those are two people that definitely have influenced me, and I'm just like happy that I was able to meet Mel, and I'm happy that I have like just inspos, because not a lot of people have people that they look up to, but I just feel
Yeah.
fortunate that I do. So yeah,
Yeah. I
and
love the gratitude.
hashtag grateful, hashtag. And if anybody has any fitness people or just
Yeah.
anybody in your life that has impacted you in any way, drop it in the chat. I better
let us
be
know.
reading some chat messages that say self-care daddy, just saying.
Daddy. Self-care daddy inspires me.
Aw. But yeah, like I feel like, fitness is just like this. I think everybody should be moving their body. You don't have to go extreme. You don't have to get the chiseled abs. You don't have to get the freaking shredded body. Just work out and move for you, just so you don't feel like shit all the time. Truth bomb.
I agree.
If you want to stop feeling like shit, get your ass in the gym. It's that simple.
Yeah. Or just get your body moving. If you're not ready for the gym, go on a hike.
Okay, let me rephrase
Go
that.
ride a bike.
If you're tired of feeling like shit, move your body. Boom.
Yes.
Truth bomb.
Period.
PTSD. In a good way. That's the good PTSD.
Yeah, that's the good PTSD. It's a good trauma. It'll make you really happy later.
So, yeah. So we definitely have people that have positively impacted like our journeys, both in life and in fitness. And on the flip side of that is comparing yourself to people in a negative way. And so let's talk about that. I have experienced that. Have you?
Yeah, of course. I think that's just normal in our culture these days.
Yeah. It's
Comparing
totally
ourselves to
normal.
other people.
And I'll drop a quote on you guys. Comparison is the thief of joy. And remember that.
Yeah.
I find myself comparing. Actually, I these days I find myself comparing myself to others a lot less than I used to. I feel like I did that way more when I first started out, and it was like a negative comparison of like, oh, I wish I looked like them, or like, oh, I'm not lifting as much as them, or this, that. The last time I can think that I did that was when I was deadlifting. I was deadlifting some weight, and I was like, oh, but it's not like so and so who's deadlifting way more than me, But I stopped doing that because I just don't. Because comparison is the thief of joy. I was like, you know what? They're on their own journey. I don't know if they're on chapter 10 or if they're on novel 5. I don't know. I know where I'm at, and that's what's important. And like, I have to stay on track and keep my mindset right by not comparing myself and by being secure with who I am. And so instead of comparing myself to other people, or if I do that, I ask, like I said earlier, I kind of work my way back and figure out why that's happening. But I'm in therapy. I'm very self-aware and in tune with like the mind. You too? You're in therapy? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. If therapy is accessible to you guys, like 10-10, don't, like 10-10, you should do it. Like, don't sleep on it. Go to therapy.
I agree.
It's just so good
Try
to
it
just
out.
like,
Just try
yeah,
it.
just try it. Even if like there's been no trauma or there's nothing, like it's just beneficial to just to be more self-aware, like you don't know, you might not know you have like some sort of like tendencies unless like you figure it out. And that's how I feel. Like I kind of realized that I've been the problem. I've been the problem. So, I'm figuring out, working through that. But it's just like, I don't compare myself to people anymore. And if I do, like if I find myself looking at someone, it's more in an admirable way where I'm just like looking at them and admiring that they did that. Like there's even like this girl that goes to zoo culture, and she's just like, she has like this dark feminine energy to her. She's super like in shape. She's like so pretty. And I find her very like inspiring and motivating because of like, she worked hard for that body, And so like, I admire that because I see the dedication, I see the discipline, I see the work that went into it. And so like pre-working out, I probably would have looked at her and felt so insecure about myself. But now that I work out, I see her and I find it motivating. I'm like, oh, one day I'm going to look like her. And I tell her that too. I'm like, girl, one day I'm going to look like you. Just watch and see. It might take me some time, but I'm going to get there. And like, it's just like, I find other people inspiring and motivating. I don't really find people threatening. I love to see people win. I love to see people accomplish their goals. It makes me so happy to see just people following their dreams and just doing the damn thing in any regard, whether that's like setting like non-tangible goals, setting tangible goals, setting fitness goals, like whatever it is. I love to see people win. I'm just like a supporter. I'm everybody's hype woman, hype daddy, and like I don't know, I just love hyping people up because I think that you can do anything. I think anything is possible,
Yeah.
and that's just the way that I'm built. 4'11" and
Yeah, I
hype. Let's
completely agree.
go.
I completely agree. I have definitely had like a transformative journey like internally. Like I definitely have had moments and periods and phases of I didn't necessarily love myself. Dealt with I used to project like my judgment and my feelings towards myself onto other people.
Yeah.
I would use comparison as ammunition to kind of put people down. I would put myself down. Thankfully, like through the grace of like yoga and just developing a good relationship with myself, my identity, I've been able to grow out of that so much more of a nurturing and like understanding person and being able to, like have those conversations with myself. I'm understanding that everyone has their own issues. Everyone is dealt their own has
Yeah.
a perfect hand, and we're all making it work the best way we can. And then having compassion for
Compassion for
I
yourself is a big one.
yeah, and that's like a journey forever. Like I have mastered it, and I'll have
So it's definitely
I'm
something,
const
compassion for yourself is something that you haven't mastered yet, but something that you're
yeah,
working on.
yeah, it's a constant practice every single
Mm.
day, and yeah, so like I used to use comparison as a way to just like devalue people, and now
Yeah.
I use it in a healthy way where I'm like understanding how people get places, and then I'm assessing like, do I need that? Do I need to start implementing, or do I need to be where they are? Oh, just because I like that and that means me, or can I just admire that that's a quality that someone else has, and
Yeah.
just like be appreciative of that. And there's like an ongoing journey with that. But I really struggled with that when I was comparing myself to other people, feeling like I wasn't enough because I didn't look like someone else or didn't have what they had. My
Yeah.
butt wasn't as big and all like, all
It always
things
comes
like
back to the booty. Always. It's like, damn, how you get that? It's always the
like,
booty.
seriously, it really is always the butt.
Yeah,
It's
like
like,
if
come
I
on.
had $1 for every time I met a girl that has talked to me about like wanting a bigger booty, I would be Jeff Bezos. I would be
Yeah.
I'd be Jeffa Bezos. I'd just be girl Bezos. Like straight up, I feel like so many girls do that, and I'm guilty of that too. I'm like working out. I'm like, damn, I want a bigger ass. I want that juicy BBL booty. But
Yeah.
work in progress. But I really like what you said about showing compassion towards yourself. That's definitely something that people should practice more. That's something that I'm trying to practice because I'm so hard on myself. Like I don't let myself enjoy things because I'm like, no, it wasn't good enough. Move on to the next thing. What's next? And so I'm definitely trying to practice that more. But I really like what you said about projection. And like when you're comparing yourself, it's really a projection of like you. And like that's one
Yeah.
thing I really, really want to emphasize for everybody watching is this like when you like anything that you say, you are projecting what's going on inside. And I mean
Yeah.
that in every way. Like we are mirrors of ourselves. And so like
Literally.
it's just insane. Like when you understand that, like the roadmap to thyself is so clear. It's just like,
Yeah.
wow, like I don't know, like let's say I want to think of an example, but like I don't know, I don't really.
Well, this like on the topic, it reminds me of the first time I know we were having like a really good conversation and you complimented me, and I was like, the only reason that you can see that is because it exists within you or something like that. And I think that is like
Oh
a really good
yeah.
example of it. Like if you're able to compliment someone, if you can see beauty, there's beauty inside of you.
Yeah, I
And
remember
like
that.
if yeah.
I had said to you, um,
Uh,
I know what I said. I was like, oh, I really like your vibe. Because you were like super like supportive as well. I was like, I like your vibe. You're like so like you have a good energy to you, and like you're so like supportive of other people, because you were like, I don't know, I don't remember the conversation, but it with the context, it like matched what we were saying. And
Yeah.
then you were like, oh, what you see in others lies within yourself or something. I was like, damn, I walked away
Yeah.
from that conversation with my third eye open. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know I had a third eye, but it's open. Oh, I'm woke. Oh, I'm woke. I said, universe, I'm woke. That's literally what it was
Oh
like.
my
It's like,
God.
oh shit. But yeah, I definitely remember that conversation. But yeah, it's so true. Like anything good, like positive or negative, anything that you say, anything that comes out of your mouth is a reflection of what's going on inside. And like when you're at the gym, comparing yourself to other people or feeling like you're not good enough to be there for whatever reasons, just work backwards, and you have to like confront those emotions, confront those feelings,
Yeah.
and then you'll start to feel better. But it's really the internal work that matters. Like above everything,
It's
it's
true.
the internal work that you really got to do. That's the
Yeah.
stuff that people really don't talk about but should. It's
Yeah.
That's the other
For
side of
real.
fitness. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm really glad that I decided to start working out, because so much has changed for me in like my self-esteem, and just the way
Mhm.
I look at life and the way that I approach things now. Like, and by things I mean like approach goals. So like, you know, I've always like, I'm a pretty ambitious person, and like when I set a goal, like I do it, but sometimes it takes me a little while to get there because of like self-sabotage or procrastination and stuff like that. But like when I'm working out and like moving and like accomplishing my gym, like my fitness goals, I'm like, wow, I'm unstoppable. If I can do this in the gym, I can do this in my life. And so like in life,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm going to the gym, running 2 miles day, or like weekly or daily, sprinting 10-minute sprints daily, working out for at least 2 hours daily, going to hot yoga daily, also being on top of the nutrition. All right, I can wake up at 7. I can wake up at 6:45 a.m. It's
Yeah.
easy. That's the easy part.
You
You know
can
what I
do
mean?
anything.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like I can sit at the computer for an hour and, you know, accomplish all these tasks that will lead me to the next step to accomplish my bigger goal. I can do it. Oh, now I can
Absolutely.
do this. So yeah, so it's just really empowering. It's really good. It's also helps with my self-confidence. I feel so much better. And I just think if anybody out there is just questioning whether or not they should embark on their fitness journey or their wellness journey, then it's definitely let this be your year, and let this podcast be your sign to just start.
Yeah.
And
Please.
start scared. Do it scared, like Aurora said. That's such a quotable moment from today. Do it scared. So I hope that this message today really resonated with a lot of people. If you are feeling today's podcast, sound off in the chat. Spam your favorite emotes or spam your favorite emojis if you're watching on Instagram. We just want to know that this is something that you loved. I know I love talking about it, and I can talk about this for hours, but I don't want to keep y'all here overnight. Maybe later, maybe another time. But I don't know. I just really enjoyed this podcast. And if anybody has any fitness questions, feel free to slide into the PTSD podcast Instagram or TikTok. Send us a DM, comment on one of our posts. We're always watching and keeping track of everything. So we will see everything that you bring up. But before we kind of just wrap things up and sign off for the day, Aurora, do you have any final thoughts on today's topic on fitness and wellness, or any last messages to everybody watching?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first, I encourage everyone to do one thing every single day, just 1% improvement. And like long term, that'll compound and look back on your life with so much gratitude for the work that you did for yourself. Like, don't do it for anybody but yourself. Also, we also stream to the stream. If you ever want to maybe like miss what we were talking about and you want to again, you can check us out on YouTube.
Yeah, you
You
can
can like us
definitely
up
check
as
us out on
well.
YouTube, like Aurora said. If you missed the stream, you can find the VOD on Twitch or on YouTube. But all of a sudden my stomach's itching right now. I'm scratching my long heat thighs. I'm like, oh, let me just hold
Elsie
on real
hasn't
quick. I'm
eaten.
getting too comfortable with y'all.
Elsie hasn't eaten today.
What?
Is that you haven't eaten today?
No, I know. I'm like, I need to go eat. I'm on like the air diet, the LA diet right now. I'm just sipping air. I haven't had one protein shake today, but I'm gonna. I hit my nail. But yeah, so I'm gonna go eat right after this. But I just wanted to say thank everybody so much for tuning in and spending your Tuesday evening with Aurora and myself, and just kind of listening to the message of today's PTSD podcast. It's always super exciting and super fun for us to just hang out with you guys and offer a space for everybody to be a part of, share their opinions, share anything that's going on, any of your fears, any of the anxiety. We're here. It's a safe space because we know on this podcast we talk about all the shit that people don't talk about but should. So, daddies, and all of the PTSD listeners, we are live streaming every Tuesday at 5 p.m. PST. You can catch us on Twitch. You can catch us on YouTube. And you can catch us on Instagram. Let's go. Let's get some hype for the live stream. Yes. But woohoo! We enjoyed every single second of this. We hope that this message really resonated with all of you. And I hope that this inspired all of you to get in the gym or at least move your body in some form or another. We love every single one of you. And we will catch you next Tuesday at 5 p.m. PST. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Sweet. All right, we clear.